everybody, today I am going to kind of do a follow-up to the video I just made. So I just made my top 5 favorite eyeshadow palettes that I own. I own a lot of eyeshadow palettes. Eyeshadow is my absolute favorite kind of makeup. I actually have an updated makeup collection and a semi-recent palette collection, so I'll link both of those down below so you can kind of see what I had to choose from. And I'll also link my top 5. Today I'm going to do my bottom 5. So these are the 5 eyeshadow palettes that I regret buying and I don't really like, and I just don't really recommend them. They're not awful, they're not terrible, they're not unusable, they're just not my favorite. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So first is actually a Buxom palette, and it's the Buxom Pastel Persuasion eyeshadow palette. So Buxom has this eyeshadow system where you can make your own eyeshadows. But they also have, you can make like your own palette. Sorry, you can't make your own eyeshadows. And they have like a 6-pan palette. Now they also had some that were already pre-made, and this was one of those. So it's a pre-made palette, and it came with 6 of their shadows, and I just thought it looked so beautiful. I mean, those pastel shades, and they're just so pretty, and I don't like it at all. Like, it's not that they're not pigmented, because they're pretty decently pigmented. They really are. I realize they're very light, so it's going to be hard to see, but they're right there. I mean, they're not bad shades. They're not poor quality. I just don't like I guess they're just too pastel, and they're too similar when you apply them, and you can't make a full look, and they're just, they're almost too light. Like, yes, they're pastels, and I knew that when I got them. But they're so light that they just kind of look weird on your eyes. I don't know. I can, like, use, like, one of these shades in this green I really like. So they're all matte except for this green. Look at that. That's really pretty. It's really shiny. But besides that, I just don't like it. So that is my number one. Don't get that. That's limited edition, and I don't think it's available anymore, but if it is, don't buy it. And then this one that I'm about to talk about next is also limited edition. I've done a full review of this palette, so I'll go ahead and link that below. And I'm so disappointed. This is the only MAC eyeshadow I own. I had never bought anything MAC, and then it was the Christmas collection, and I went and I saw things, and I got this a pigment set that I love, a blush and highlighter that I adore, and then this. It looks beautiful. Again. Now, I will admit, there's a lot of lights that are very similar. And I was kind of like, okay. But they're just not pigmented. This purple, I don't know what shade it's called, but this purple is really pretty. But it still doesn't come, I mean, you gotta work with that one. And then these other ones, they're kind of dry, a little chalky, and they're just not what I wanted. People talk about MAC shadows like they're the most amazing things in the world, and maybe they are in the single pan form, but this palette, to me, was a huge dud. Packaging is adorable. Again, with all of these, they are workable. It's not like, oh, I can't use these, they're terrible, I just need to throw it away. It's not like that. I can use them. It's just, I was really disappointed, and I don't think it's that great. Next, the other 3 are like really inexpensive. It's just what happened to be. I didn't go for that. I really went for the top, my 5 palettes that I really did not like. This is what they happen to be. The next one is actually a Wet n Wild palette. Now, I have heard nothing but amazing thing about the Wet n Wild permanent eyeshadow collections. Now, I have heard some of their limited edition ones just aren't so good, and everyone that I've ever seen raves about the Comfort Zone palette, which I'm like, I don't own that one, but I saw this Petal Pusher palette, and I've done a full review of this. It's one of my first videos I ever made. That really hurt. I just smashed my finger. And it's just, it's not good. Some of these shades are really pretty. This Brow Bone's gorgeous. And I like this eyelid shade, but like, this is the most pigmented shadow, and that's not bad. Like, that's doable, but it's still not great. But so many of these are just chalky, and you have to work so hard. Like this eyelid shade, you'd work so hard to get any pigmentation out of that. And even when you do, it's just, they're not great. They're really not. I really, really wanted this to be awesome. It's so inexpensive, and I was really excited to have it, but I don't love it. Again, I have a review of it, so if you want to see full swatches, I will link that below. Same with the MAC, and same with these next two, actually. So I have reviewed all but the Buxom. What is this hair doing, girl? Figure out your life. Thank you. All but the Buxom palette has reviews. These two are both BH Cosmetic palettes. BH Cosmetics has some good things. I own some things I really like from them. But they're very inexpensive, which is fine. That's their market, which is great. But sometimes they're not good. And this palette is probably my least favorite of all my palettes. It's the BH Cosmetics That's Heart collection. Heart is a YouTuber. I'm assuming she still makes videos. I actually don't know. But she was really big. She's adorable. I like her videos. Her fiance was really cute. They might be married now. I haven't been up on the YouTube game for a really long time. I mean, I watch like occasional videos, but I don't watch as much as I used to because, hello, grad school is crazy busy, and I have 3 jobs, so kind of busy. But I love her. But this palette is crap. This is one that is very hard to work with. This blue. I love these kind of blues. And I was like, yes. And it swatches, I mean, that's not bad. But you really got to pile it on. So that's definitely workable. Again, like, none of these palettes are just awful. This gold is just a bunch of powder. And you can see that I'm really digging. Like, I'm really digging and trying to give y'all good swatches. It's just powdery. They have these 3, like, neutrals that just don't really do much at all. So it's just not a great palette. These face products aren't bad. This highlighter I actually really like. It's cute. It's kind of a whitey highlight. I mean, it's definitely pretty. And this is a really cute blush. It's bright pink. You know, so I mean, it's not a terrible palette. The Chic products are okay. This bronzer's a little, It's a little warm for me. But it's, again, it's not terrible. The Chic products are not bad at all. The eyeshadows leave a lot to be desired. A lot. It's just hard to work with, and you just have to build up so much. And these 3 neutrals are very similar on the eyes, and it's just, I was expecting a lot more. And the last palette was one of my most disappointing palettes, because it's one of those palettes that when it came out, or it was out when I like first started my YouTube channel, and I really, really wanted it. And it was gone, and I was like, gosh, I'm never going to have that palette. And then I saw it on Outlook, and I'm like, I'm buying it. I have to have it. I've wanted it for so long. And it is the BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chic palette. So many people love this palette. They say it's beautiful. They say it's really good quality. And they say it's just, it's great. I have to disagree. Is it terrible? No. And it's super cute laid out. In the pan, the shadows are super pretty. And they're decently pigmented. I mean, they really are. Yes, I mean, they're not the best, but it's an inexpensive palette. That orange is cute. Here, let me give you Earth, which is like a light blue. They're kind of powdery, for sure. I definitely think they work much better wet, but most things do. My biggest complaint with this palette is that it is so redundant. These blues all look the same. These browns all look the same. These purples, these 2 burgundies, when they're on the eyes or even just in a swatch, like watch. I'm going to swatch these 4 blues. That are all 4 different palettes, shades in this palette. Yeah. I know. They're so redundant. And you don't need 4 sparkly, decent okay, but really powdery blues. Especially not in one palette. There are no mattes, which I knew going in. I wanted to love this, and I had such high expectations. And I think maybe if I didn't have such high expectations, I wouldn't be as disappointed by it. But it's just not great. And I want it to be great. I want to be able to say, this is an amazing palette, you need it in your life. But I just don't think that. I think that it's really redundant, and I think that you don't need, because this is a very large palette. Like, just for comparison size, okay, let's compare it to the Lorac Pro palettes, because I think a lot of people at least know what the size of those are, you know. Look. It's a big palette. Like, it's not like this little dinky thing. It's huge. And it's not good. It's just, the quality of them is not great to begin with. And on top of that, they're just not great shadows. And they're so, I wanted this to be very unique and colorful and beautiful. And these blues to be all different shades and to look cool and to maybe like a ombre eye or something really neat with it. And you just can't. Because if you put all 4 of those on your eyeballs, it's going to look like you just put on one shadow. There's a wasp right there. I need you to stay over there, please, sir. Don't sting me, and don't you dare sting my dogs. I don't know how he got in my house, but I don't want him there. So, sorry, but no. And that's kind of about all of these. None of them are terrible, again. Can I use them? Yeah. Am I going to? Heck yeah, because I'm not about chunking makeup. It's not what I believe in. I love watching declutters. Girl, I could watch declutters all day long. I'm not going to declutter my collection. Sorry. Not going to. I'm going to use it up. I'm going to force myself to use it because I bought it. It's how I believe you should do it. Well, no. I don't believe everyone should do that. It's how I feel like I want to do it. That's what I'll say. But yeah, it's just, these palettes are ones that, had I known how they would perform, I would not have bought them. And they're ones that I tell you, if you see them, don't buy them. You won't be happy with them. I don't think. Maybe you will be. The Galaxy Chic palette has really great reviews. Other people I know love it. I don't. Sorry. Alright, so that's all I have for you. Sorry it's a really negative video. Not my normal style, but hey, sometimes you gotta talk about things you don't like. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really do. Let me know if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, comments. I'm thinking about doing a top 5 and bottom 5 highlighters, if y'all would be interested in that. I have a lot of makeup, like, let's be honest. But when I was thinking about it for, like, bronzers, I don't really think I have something. Blushes, maybe. Foundations, definitely not. Like, I have a lot of makeup, but for the most part, when I buy makeup, it's eyeshadow. Because eyeshadow is my favorite. I love it. It makes me happy. I change it every day. Yes, foundation, I wear it every day. But I wear makeup, obviously. But I feel like I don't, you know, I don't know. I'm not as passionate about it. I love eyeshadow. So let me know if you'd be interested in the highlighter video, maybe blush. I don't know. Let me know what you want to see because I love talking to y'all. If y'all have your bottom 5 eyeshadow palettes that you're like, girl, do not waste your money, let me know. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you all real soon. Bye.